let's talk about Charlie, right? Because Charlie is aware of the XQC situation, but Charlie has yet to make his official, Mew Kitty type divorce video. And don't think that, couples are forever, because they're not. Just because they've been together a long time, don't think you can't get adept out here. But Charlie's about to weigh in on it, and I cannot wait for his full video. Let's hear what he has to say.
Do you think Adept is going to get a piece of the XQC pie? No shot. Absolutely no shot. That whole situation is so fucking sad, it's unreal.
Now, to be fair, it is very sad, but I've showed you time and time again. She has a shot, even if it's a small shot, even if it's a shot with 3 seconds left on the clock and it's from the other end of the court, it's a shot. Because if she didn't have absolutely no shot, maybe xQc wouldn't be in this position. But because he lived with her, but because he may have agreed to get married and he may have never called her his wife, but she's saying he did, hey, it meets the elements. It's a little shot.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if she did make some kind of statement about it, like how she helped facilitate the deal or something. I don't know. It's crazy. The things that she's been saying and doing are outrageous. What happened? I wouldn't even know where to begin with that whole situation, man. It's absolutely unhinged. Do you have a video on it? No, I think he goes to court next month, and I was going to see how all of that plays out before even considering doing a video about it, because I'd like an all-encompassing piece of content around it.
So what he's referring to is the August 4th court date. I mean, he has so many court dates. He got like 3 court dates coming up. After this video, we can go over all of them. But the August 4th is the big one. It's the, are they married or not? And, he's being responsible. He wants to speak on a situation that is fully fleshed out, if you will, which I told you, it could take some time. But let's continue to hear what he has to say, because he gives his, small take on it.
Do you have a video on it? No, I think he goes to court next month, and I was going to see how all of that plays out before even considering doing a video about it, because I'd like an all-encompassing piece of content around it, as opposed to a developing one. But yeah, that is brutal. Can you give us the spark notes on it real quick? In a nutshell, xQc and his ex had a big falling out. The relationship wasn't great. They broke up. His ex then tried to make some crazy arguments about how she's entitled to a very large sum of his overall wealth, basically. Even going as far as to, like, take some of his possessions, move into a previous home of his, take pictures of him while he's sleeping with her hand on him in order to try and, like, muddy the waters of their relationship and shit. It's crazy stuff.
Now, what he didn't mention was after she took them goddamn pictures, she tried to file, or she did file a family violence case against xQc. And that's the stuff I really want people like Charlie to talk about. Like, hey, talk about some of the other things surrounding it. It's like some of the legal matters. You don't have to be a legal expert to say, hey, yeah, I do know about the goddamn family violence. I do know about the BMW. I do know about the Tesla. I do know about her trying to take, possession of the house. I know about all that stuff. And what happens if it's deemed that it was not true?
It's crazy stuff. Not a lot of big people talk about this situation. I saw a few people say that on Twitter, but I've seen Asman talk about it. I've seen Hassan talk about it. Like, I've seen quite a few people go over it. I don't know why people say that.
Now, I haven't seen Hassan talk about it. If anyone's seen Hassan talk about that shit, please send me the link, because Hassan been like tight-lipped. The only thing Hassan said was maybe xQc may have some demons in his closet or something when he defended Crowder. That's all I heard him say.
I forgot to mention he was married to her for about 3 years, which I don't think is actually true, right? Wasn't the argument common law marriage, not like an official elopement? I don't know, there's been so much information on it, I could have the story backwards on that, but I'm pretty sure it was a common law marriage argument, not like an official elopement. What's a common law marriage? Meaning that they were never married, but they lived together for long enough or were together long enough that the state recognized it as a common law marriage. As in, like, they were together enough that they're basically married. Is my understanding of how it works. I think the whole idea of the common law marriage thing is very silly, though.
Hey guys, just a quick PSA here. You do
Sorry,
know
this is
that if you live in the
loud
state
as
of
it goes.
Texas, you can be married without even knowing it, right? Yes, that's entirely true. It's what's called a common law marriage. Now, for a
All right, so we got common law marriage in the state of Texas, okay?
common law marriage to be proven, you usually need three elements. One, you need to live together. Two, there needs to be an agreement to be married. And three, you need to hold each other out as husband and wife.
All right, so three things you need. One, you have to live together. Two, an agreement to get married. And three, present yourselves as husband and wife. Now, he's about to further break it down for you guys so you see, how we're going to go about providing this evidence for you.
Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, well, how can I prove if someone agreed to be married to me or held out that I was a husband and wife? Well, that can be done with what's called circumstantial evidence. Anything that you can use to prove that there was some sort of agreement or you held each other out as husband and wife can be used. Certain things such as co-signing leases as spouses.
That's major. Co-signing the leases as spouses. Okay, if they put like relationship and they say husband, wife, you could use that in the court and say, look, he presented me as his wife, so that $9 million he's making, I should be entitled to it.
Putting each other down for insurance benefit purposes as spouses. Maybe you have friends who can attest that you all called each other husband and wife. Any of these things can be used in court to prove that you all had an informal marriage.
All right, so for common law marriage, guys, I've explained it to you. You have to live together, agree to get married, and hold yourself out as husband and wife to others. Those are the three parameters to satisfy marriage that his ex-girlfriend is alleging. And you like, well, Henry, what is the goddamn court dates? So here's the big one. The big one is this motion for summary judgment on July 10th. I presume is the maybe a motion for the house or motion to never be married. Okay, and you can find all this stuff in Henry Court for the most part. Now, the protective order hearing, right? That date is different. He has a trial hearing or hearing on the 3rd, and the protective order hearing is, it's a bit more serious, if you will, because it could be on his record for forever if convicted of family violence. So the family violence stuff, 7-3, July 3rd. Right here is family violence. Right here is the 710 hearing for the motion for summary judgment. And the trial is August 4th.